name, that's Sam Law. Hear myself when I hear y'all talk. See my kicks when I see y'all walk. Flex on me, y'all ain't strong. Say my name, that's Sam Law. Still on top, yeah, it's been that long. They won't know till I say I'm gone. They won't know, say my name. Hi everyone, and welcome to the That Sam Law Show. And of course, as usual, I'm your host, Sam Law. Today's guest, we have Dominique Mell of Lead Marketing Strategies. And I am excited about this episode. I know, I'm excited about every episode, but this one hits home because your girl, Sam Law, you probably wouldn't know who I was without this company. So we're going to dig into Lead Marketing Strategies. We're going to dig into what they can provide for you, what they've provided for me, and how we can glow and grow at the same time. Dominique, tell us about yourself and tell us about your company.
Okay, so I own a marketing agency. We're located currently in Dix Hills. Our biggest thing is to help people grow. Businesses, startups, even people such as yourself who's just looking to get their name out there. If you're starting in the modeling industry, you're looking to create a huge name for yourself, right? How do you get yourself out there? We go anywhere from starting with logos to actually getting your name in front of your target audience. So we're huge on digital marketing. When you go on Google, right? You're normally on Google searching things. We help you get on top of your competitors, and that is something that everybody wants. Yeah, especially when you're a startup company and you're just sitting there and you're like, how am I going to get in front of the people that I want? How am I going to get my next big client? You would hire somebody like us to get you there.
That's the truth. So I'm going to tell y'all my personal story. I'm going to get into it. Y'all know I like to get personal. So Dominique and her partner, Ken Key, he's like, you never see him. The only reason why I know him is because we've been friends since we were kids. But if you've probably never seen him in your life, you don't know what he looks like, he's a shadow man. That's what I call him. He's probably on a computer right now. He's on his Mac right now pressing keys. And literally, name's Keith. They're my family. Not my biological family, but they're my, I grew up with them. His mom was my mentor as a child. His dad just, if I needed anything, it was like, yeah, we'll do that for Sam, and I was his like twin sister, because we're literally like almost a month apart. I think we're like 3 weeks apart. He's really? The 21st and I'm the 7th.
No, he's the 19th.
Okay, see, I got his birthday wrong because we're old now. But we're like 3 weeks apart, so like it'd be like his birthday party and then I'd have my birthday party at his family's house. And Ken was always in tech, and as I grew up and we went on to college and we did whatever and we came back and he started to see like some of the things I would do. Actually, this is a weird pivot, but his dad does, Kevin Key. He is one of the top realtors on Long Island. So if you need to get a house, hit up Kevin Key, Caldwell Bankers. And he's actually helping my mom look for a house right now, actually like as we speak. And he was like, listen, if you need marketing, hit up Kenny. He's going to help you. You're his little sister. I'm like, listen, we only 3 weeks apart. I'm his big sister. And no, I did. I was like, he's right. Let me hit up Kenny. And Kenny was like, Sam, I've got the vision. We're going to do this, and that. And in 2 months, you're going to be #1 on Google. So I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. I don't care. But if you can do it, sure. He's like, I got you, Sam. Leave it to me. So I'm like, all right, cool. I trust you. Now, the funny thing is, he's like doing all this stuff. He's telling me all this stuff. I have no idea what he's talking about because I don't speak tech. Like, I speak tech, but not his type of tech. Like, it's very intricate. It's very detailed. So I don't know what he's talking about. He's sending me reports. He's sending me this. He's sending me that. I'm like, okay, sure, great. And one of the things he said was, your name, Sam Law. You got to go against the son of Sam laws, which we're not going to talk about that here on the show. And you have to go against lawyers in your areas. He was like, so this is going to be tough. Listen, within 2 months, not even, I was #1 on Google, and I'm still at the top of the page. And I'm like, all right. And that was like 3 years ago. So this is a company that I believe in because I wouldn't be where I am without it. You know, I started to get the phone calls that I needed, the news hitting me up, press hitting me up, people hitting me up. And I mean, I like to this day will Google my name and find it in places like, oh yeah, I do that. Oh yeah, I do that. That's right. And that's the type of company you want to get you out there, to get your podcast out there, to get your brand out there, whatever it is you're doing, you know? And one of the things we joked about was like, I want to be Miss Millennial Long Island. He's like, I got it. So now if you Google Miss Millennial Long Island, which is, I don't know who's Googling that, but if you do, my face literally pops up. And I appreciate that. And I think as a small business owner, you know, we want that. We want you to find us help. We want to get in wherever we can fit in, and you guys' company can do that. And then through that journey, I got to know Dominique. And Dominique's a tough cookie. Like, she's got my back. And I just couldn't, I'm grateful for my family. You know, there's the family that you're born with, and then there's the family that God gives you on this journey. And I'm grateful for you guys 1,000%. And with that in mind, and I'm talking about my journey and how it shaped me and how you're a part of that, how did where you're from shape you today?
Oh, man. I am not from Long Island. I'm going to be honest with you. I am actually from Brooklyn.
Hey.
And not like, you know, when you see Brooklyn on social media or like when, you know, somebody's trying to publicize Brooklyn as like a nice, no, I'm not from that area. I'm from like the projects of Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Right. Oh my goodness. Ken sings that all the time. So I am from Canarsie, Brooklyn. And I just was always so different. I didn't really like Brooklyn all that much. I didn't like having to walk. I think that was like my biggest thing. My mom never wanted to learn how to drive, so I had to walk everywhere. I tell my kids all the time, I'm like, you know, you guys have it so good. When you're sick, you get to just hop right in the car and, you know, just get to be driven to the doctor's office. Meanwhile, I was walking like 8 blocks with the flu.
Oh my God, you sound like my grandma. Back in my day, we used to walk 10 miles to school.
Right, exactly. It was harsh. And I don't know. My grandparents lived on Long Island, so I got to visit them quite often, and I just loved the area. I liked driving past the schools and seeing all these like younger kids my age playing sports. We didn't really have that back when I was growing up. The sports weren't a big thing in our community for like the younger kids. And just to like drive past them and see that was something like huge for me. I was like, wow, that's like amazing. They have like a tight-knit community. I just like really love the vibes out here.
One of your littles plays baseball, right?
T-ball, yeah.
Nice. Oh,
yeah.
so he's getting ready for baseball. That's the starter package.
He's getting ready. Yeah, he's actually pretty good too. Surprisingly, I didn't think that a 4-year-old could be so good at something like that. It's weird.
Start him early.
Yeah.
Start him early.
So that is my background, and then I came out here and I just loved it, and I never wanted to leave.
Nice. Well, I'm glad to hear that. See, you don't always hear like somebody from the other side saying like, I came from here and then I moved to Long Island and it was great and I'm never leaving. Like, this is my home. And I like that. It's sports influence. Now, growing up, Kenny played basketball. He played with my little cousin, Jordan.
Really?
Yeah. Like, he was like, they were good. They were actually really good. But I think Kenny's mom was always on like the computer. But Jordan, he was like all about basketball. So it doesn't surprise me that your little is a little superstar baseball player. Not at all. I'm excited to see his growth.
Me too.
So now you're out here and you're on Long Island and you're doing things. You know, what did you start doing before you got into marketing? Were you always into marketing, or is that something like you found later?
I wound up going to college for early childhood education, and my goal was to become a teacher. You know, I started doing the teaching, and, you know, it wasn't like a passion for me. Like, I love being around children, yes. I love teaching. I love like coming up with new ideas and new innovative ways to like have the next generation grow. But sitting there in a classroom all day and teaching just wasn't something that I was in love with. And I was always good at like graphics and like I was a visionary, you know. I was able to come up with a concept and strategize things from like nothing, from the ground up. I was like always good at it. And to get through college, I really had to like do sales. So I learned how to sell anything, like just sitting there, just learning. I used to watch like YouTube videos on like the best sellers out there, just so I knew how to like promote my brand better than the next person so that I would make the most money. So I was really learning how to like sell things, and then I just wanted to figure out how to like use my sales and my ability to strategize and put it together as far as like work goes. And then I met Ken, and Ken had this amazing talent, and I saw him working this 9-to-5 job, and I was like, listen, we can do better. We are able to conquer together. Let's do this. And it took him maybe like a year or so to like really see that I believed in him, you know? Like he was doing like little side jobs and stuff, but when I told him like, all right, it's time for you to like really focus on our future. Let's do this together. And he saw how like dedicated I was to his skill. He was willing to take off with it.
Sometimes every king needs a queen, you know? He found it. Listen, I remember he had like so many different like things he was digging into, and I was like, I don't know. He'd be like, I'm doing this now. I'm like, I don't know. But when he came up with this company, and I was like, nah, this is something we could get behind. This is something we could stand for. I was like, listen, I want to be one of your customers. I want to be one of your clients, and I want to be able to talk about this. And listen, I'm blessed. I'm grateful for you. Sometimes, like I said, every king needs a queen, and he found it.
Oh, thank you.
So what's it like working with your significant other? How do you balance your work and your personal life? Because you guys are like a full family. You got kids.
Yeah.
Everything.
So I must say that our Google Calendar is probably our lifesaver. I put everything on our Google Calendar, everything, and I make sure that he has notifications every single time. I have a 30-minute notification, I have a 1-day notification, I have like a notification that comes in and hits his phone, his watch, his computer. Like I make sure he gets pinged in every direction. So he knows when
My boyfriend is freaking out right now. He's like, Sam, you better freaking not. You better not. Because he knows I'll do it.
I ping him everywhere. I even ping his assistant if I don't get a hold of him when I need him in that moment.
My assistant is looking at me like, listen, if you have this dude ping me, girl, I already got to talk to him. I ordered lunch from him last week. I don't want to talk to him more than that.
It's hard because I feel like our job, our career path is our passion, you know? So like there's times where we're at the dinner table and we're like talking to our kids and, you know, we're sitting down, we're like, how was your day? And how was your day? And then he'll like look at me, he's like, how's your day? I was like, did you send me the updates on, you know, so-and-so? Did you do this? And then it becomes like a whole work conversation. Our kids are looking at us like,
but this was supposed to be about us.
Right.
Why is it about you? This is how you get cool shoes. Just sit there and enjoy it. Oh my goodness,
that is exactly what we say to them. We're like, you know, you want these like nice things. You want to be able to participate in these like upscale events. You need to be able to let us work. Or, you know, for instance, like I drag my daughter into like doing updates for me, and I'm like, hey, you know, you want to learn a little bit about marketing? She's like, oh my God, no. I'm like, no.
Listen, they benefit off of it.
Yeah.
Because, you know, mine is like 8 years. My daughter's like 9 years older than yours. And she's like a whole TikTok influencer now. So I don't want to hear this. You got these skills that you took to the next level because, you know, you're part of the younger generation because your mama did it first.
Yep.
So enjoy it. Do the update because it's going to benefit you. And it's going to get you in the upscale events and the cool shoes and playing T-ball or whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
It's a fact. Wow. So how do you feel like you're able to get your business up and like running so smoothly?
It was hard at first. We started off with just the two of us. It was just Ken and I, and we really just sat down, we strategized, and what we're capable of doing, it didn't take that long, you know? The fact that we're able to get any business on top of Google is a huge thing. So the same way we're able to do it for someone like you or someone like our other clients, we did it for ourselves, you know? And that's how we got in front of like our target audience. That's how we got in front of the people that we really needed to help grow our business, you know? And turn it from just a marketing company to a marketing agency.
You have any cool clients like you want to say you worked with that you're allowed to say you worked with? Besides me, I know I'm one of the cool
gonna be honest
ones.
with you. I really, for a lot of my clients, I have to sign like those NDAs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not with me. They can brag
them,
about me.
A lot of them. I must say though, one of my favorite is a huge tanning franchise that's on, you know, it's all around the world. It's huge.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I love them. I love them. I love doing.
See, I don't go
everything for
tanning,
them.
but if I did, I know the company.
don't
I would probably
either.
use the company.
I don't think we need to.
Just naturally melanated, you know. We stand in the sun for 5 seconds and we glow. It's the beauty of the melanin.
Pretty much.
Where do you guys see yourself in like 5 years?
I want us to really. Well, we're in the process of opening an office. Yeah, so we're gonna.
I'm not coming. I'm not coming to your office. I'm used to virtual. But I know some people like brick and mortar.
A lot of people love the fact that they don't have to come in and sit down with us and have a consultation with us. But there's a lot of people out there that are like, we want to come in, we want to see you guys in person.
That opens up your clientele base, and
Yeah.
people get to like hang out and chill with you, and they get to know you, and that matters. I have the luxury of already knowing you guys. Not everyone else does, you know.
Right,
So
right.
like I'm not showing up, but I'll send people. I'll send them all.
So that's our next big step.
All right. So what would you consider the best strategy for most startups? Like if you could give like one hot tip, what would it be?
It would be to hire an agency that understands what it is that you're looking to accomplish. If you're out there and you're looking for someone to get you leads, it's very important that they sit down and they strategize with you, because if they don't understand where you're looking to be in 5 years from now, they're not going to get you what you need.
Listen, y'all better get with the company, leave marketing strategies, sit down, let them go to their brick and mortar when it opens, sit down and let them help you get that 5-year plan going. Because listen, without vision, people perish. So you got to know where you're coming from to know where you're headed. And you got to map that out. You might have some missteps. You might not always hit every cue. But it's critically important to have a plan. I mean, I think about it. You talked about being a teacher. I was going to be a mental health counselor. And the idea, this is ironic as heck, but the idea of someone sitting in a chair next to me telling me their problems was like, oh my God, absolutely not. And it wasn't like that at first until like I sat there and experienced it. And then my dad passed after I graduated. And I was like, I'm absolutely not listening to someone else's problems. I have my own. But now, today, getting to have the chair next to me and hear people talk about their solutions and their strategies, well, that's a breath of fresh air, you know? So you've given people like me who are trying to find their path, it's like the roles have switched. I learned from every single guest that comes on the show, and it empowers me and it empowers the audience, and it's just like, all right, it might not have been my path to be a therapist, but hey, I learned how to ask a mean question.
It's great. It's great to see growth, especially with you. You know, I saw you, I didn't know you at first, but Ken explained, like, you know, the background, and I was like, listen, I'm all about supporting women. Let's get her where she needs to be.
You guys did.
He sat down, he explained to me what it is you're about, and just to see you grow this way, it is like such an honor to sit next to
Here
you
comes the
and
tears.
like it's such an honor to see your growth. Like, I saw you, you know, building from the ground up, and it was amazing. It was the best thing ever. Like,
it was a tough situation, you know. I'm gonna say it, when I actually made that phone call to Kenny, I was going through a domestic violence situation, and I was like, yo, all these things that I did up until this point, I don't care if I lose them. I just got to get out of this situation. And Kenny said, nah, we're going to help build a name for you so that you will get out of this situation. This is going to be the building blocks to get you out of there. And he was right. I can't lie to you. You guys have been a lifeline. You guys saved my life. Literally.
that's so great to hear.
You know, so I mean, Look, I wouldn't even be sitting in here today. I might not even be alive today if it wasn't for that. If it wasn't for those conversations, I was literally in a hotel room. Like, I don't know where my life's going to be. I don't know where I'm headed. Well, my kids are in the hotel room with me. It's just like, what are we going to do? And it was those building blocks, your company being part of those building blocks to help me get out of that situation and be able to do this today and have you here to talk about it. If you don't take anything away from this and you're still wondering how you do marketing, number one, you're going to call Dominique. But number two, you're going to know that you have a company that cares about you, that wants invested in seeing you do well. Like, listen, we're on the path. They're like the Wonder Pets. Not that they're pets, but listen, they're like, what's going to work? Teamwork. And they're going to get you. See, you know what I'm talking about because you're a mom. That meant everything. They were ready. They're like, the Wonder Pets and will help you. They got together. They figured it out. They got you out of a sticky situation. A crappy situation, and then
I'm going to be honest with you. That's our biggest calls is the people calling because they're in a sticky situation. They took out this business loan, and now they're almost at the end of that loan, and they're like, oh my goodness, what am I going to invest? What am I going to do? How am I going to make this money work? How am I going to, triple in profit? And then they call us, and they're like, listen, this is all we have left. What can you do with this? And that's when we're able to flip that money, make sure that they get those leads.
And look, everybody wins in this situation. You as a client, you're building, you're growing, you're getting your leads, you're making their money, you're utilizing them. Everybody wins. And as a parent, that's important. How do you juggle being a devoted parent while running a successful agency?
Oh my goodness. I must say, I have a village. And if I didn't have that village, I probably neither Ken or I would be where we are today. I must say, my family isn't really here. I mean, my mom comes when she can because she also works.
Right.
But Ken's parents are like a lifesaver. Whenever
Shout out
I
to
need
Kevin
them.
and Washington.
Yeah, please. Oh my goodness, they've really saved me a lot. They're such dedicated grandparents, and they love my children. Love them with like every ounce of their being. So they are our biggest lifesavers and have helped us in every way possible. Like I can call them right now and be like, hey, can you pick up Maddie? Like she's at daycare. And they'd be like, all right, well, we have an extra car seat in the garage. We're going to go throw it in right now.
Aw. See, that's what I like to hear. I like to hear that the family has your back. So the older generation is teaching the younger generation how to move ahead and keep going. So if someone's interested in booking a consultation with you, what does that initial conversation look like?
Well, I normally give free consultations because I want to see where we could take that business. I sit down, I talk to them, I see what kind of business they have, and then we can move forward with like strategizing. This is our 1 month game plan. This is our 2 month game plan. And this is where I see you in 5 months from now. We see if they have a website, if they already have branding. If they do, what we could do is we could see what keywords we could use to rank them on top of Google. And there's so many different avenues that we could go with. So we always sit down and we give them the best options. Like, are you looking for a right now option, or are you looking for a right now and a long-term option? So there's just so many services that we can offer. So I just want to know where their head is at in that moment, because everybody's situation is different.
Absolutely. I think about being one of those clients. I had a few things, and you guys really kind of fleshed it out. I had a couple things. I had a conversation with somebody that said to me, this is important. I don't always drop a gem, but I'm going to drop this one. I dealt with another company. They weren't a digital marketing agency. They kind of helped you like build your story. Even though a digital marketing agency does that, they kind of did it in a different way. And we were talking about the long-term strategy. They said, listen, Sam, if Instagram and Facebook blew up, or Mark Zuckerberg and the head of Twitter, who might be Elon Musk now, I don't know, I've been paying attention to the news, said, hey, we're done with this, we're going elsewhere. How are people going to know you? And I said, I don't know. They were like, how are they going to find you? They told me, you know how to build the website, build the website. So I did. I built my own website. I had my own logo already. And then I said, hey, Kenny, I don't know what I'm on? I can't find myself on here. It was like being in like, you know, a race and getting lost. And I felt like that. I was like, every time I Google Sam Law, nothing comes up. So now I got my pictures up there. I got my news articles, my website. You know, and I'm grateful. So get with them. Let them help people find you. Because if you can't find you, nobody else can. Because you know all the things about you. They're going to find all the words. They're going to think of the things that you didn't even think about to find you. And on that note, how can my audience find you? If they'd like to connect with you, where can we get you?
So we do have a website. You could go to leadmarketingstrategies.com, or you could check out our Instagram, Lead Marketing Strategies. That's a good way to get in contact with us. Our phone number is directly on there, social media, everything's there. I normally do the initial consultations. I like to have a one-on-one with each and every person who gives us a call. You know how like most places you call and you kind of get the assistant? I hate that. I don't want you to get pushed to my assistant.
You're definitely getting my assistant. Sorry, guys. Definitely happening.
No, I want to know, you know, where we're going with this, where their head's at, what they're looking to do. So I like to sit down. I like to talk to them. I normally take like a half hour to an hour for a consultation, depending on where we're looking to go. But that's the best way to get in contact with us.
All right. Well, you guys heard it here first. Listen, get with Dominique. Get with Ken. Ken's the ninja. Dominique's the face. They're going to figure it out for you. They're going to get you out there. They're going to get you in Google. People, if you can't find you, you need them to help. They're going to help people find you. They're going to help you find you and flesh out your brand. Flesh out, if you're an influencer, they're going to help you get out there, get ahead, and get forward. And I thank you for coming on the show. I thank you for sharing your story. I thank you for being a part of my journey. Heck, you even listen to me vent, so you do a lot more things. You know, you're my family. I love you. I appreciate you. And to much success, and to your littles becoming all the superstars that they dream of being, you know?
Thank you.
All right, thanks for tuning in to the That Sam Law Show.
Y'all enjoy me, the song y'all can step with.